Hello everyone, today we're going to do a deck flip through. This is one of the original Palmistry decks. This one was printed in 1890. This is the box it came in. Now, I don't know any French, but this deck is completely in French. I do recognize some of the symbolism though, so as we move through the deck, I will identify that. So it comes with these two cards. This one's red, you can't really see it, and then this one's blue. As I said, this deck was printed in 1890, and it's one of the original Palmistry decks. So without further ado, let's get going. Now the backs of the cards are like this. Really unconventional for 1890. Most of them that I see in 1890 are the spiral back. Not this back, so I'm not quite sure if it's from 1890, but this is definitely around the turn of the century, around 1900. So here we have the moons, and we even have playing card or divinatory card cards on the left-hand side. So there's a lot going on in these cards. It does not come with the little white book, although that would be really cool. The cardstock on this is super thick, and while I was putting it in order, I was appreciating how thick it really was. It doesn't really seem like they make cards like these anymore. Not that you'd want to shuffle this deck because of its intrinsic value. Now we're moving into the suit of Mars. This is a palmistry deck, so all the meanings of the cards align with palmistry, right? You can use this deck for divination. Probably reference if you understand, or you can speak or read French. Mars Force. I like that. Especially 16 being the tower, right? Now we're moving on to Mercury. If anyone knows what some of these cards mean, please leave a comment. Or if you know the date of the deck, there is a tax stamp on this deck for 1890. But as I said, I'm not quite sure. It's definitely at least 100 years old, but maybe not 130. Now, for any of my European viewers, I am looking for a partner, somebody in Europe, to possibly partner up and start collabing. I'm possibly bringing in some decks from Europe. I got this one from Europe, but whenever I try to make purchases from certain buyers in European nations, they only specifically want to send decks to other countries in Europe. So if you're from any European country or the European continent, and you're interested in possibly helping get decks to the US so that we can put them on the United States market, please let me know. I'm looking for a partner. Now we're moving into Jupiter. Again, I don't know what these say, but still a very interesting deck. They do have modern English versions, so you could probably just match up the meanings. Even the modern English versions sell for a lot. We are into Venus. Kind of unconventional, more old-fashioned symbolism for these planets. I believe there's 56 cards total in this deck, 58 including the red and blue card. If anyone wants to see a specific card, just shoot me a message. Let me know. And the tax stamp on this deck is towards the end. Now this is supposedly printed by Grimaud, or Grimaud, or however you want to pronounce it. Now we're into Saturn. We were in the moon in the beginning. I apologize if I said Saturn. It was definitely the moon to start. It's been another long day. Fortunately, when I came home and tried to rest, my cat had other plans, running all over my face. Just looking for a good rest. Now here we are at the tax stamp, and I'm going to bring it in close to the camera so we can get a nice view. 1890. It almost looks like 1899. But this deck was sold to me as an 1890. Either way, it's still a really cool deck, right? We are into the sun. Getting lots of positive energy from this sun suit. Voyage of Fortune. French is kind of cool because it's similar to English, so if you kind of know a little bit, you can figure it out. So what's nice about those Germanic and Latin-based languages, like English. That's a very beautiful card. And then here's another tax stamp. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure if it's a tax stamp or if it's printed on there. But usually people that try to authenticate these decks being older is they look for this as well, I've noticed, especially on this specific deck or sets of decks. Okay. So that's the last card, and I'll show you the back one more time. This one's kind of got a blemish in the upper right hand corner, but that's okay. For the age, this is in great condition. And the back, it's like this nice pitched red and super thick cardstock. Super thick. I can't emphasize enough how thick this is. Anyway, we have the box again. The Palmistry deck by Grimaud.